everyone, Mrs. Peterson here, and I just wanted to show you the next step in the typography project, and that is adding your type and then using the vocabulary words, the different things that we're doing in typography for this assignment. So first, I think I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so I can see it a little bit better. And I am going to be using this area right here, so I am going to make it a little bit bigger so we don't have to see the whole picture, the whole page, because I know that I'm going to be using this area for my quote. So your assignment was to go online and get a quote that relates to the picture or a quote that has to do with you. So I just found this fun picture that we took in the airport in Florida. So I went online and I found whoever said this, the 10 best quotes from the Minions movies ranked. Well, my favorite, I've already looked through them, is number 10 here. And it says, eventually Bob's energy and enthusiasm, but mostly his lack of other volunteers, changed Kevin's mind. So I'm going to grab it. And I probably should see what movie it's from. It looks like it might be from just the Minions movie. Okay, Minions Rise of Gru. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my design here. I actually don't need that yet, so I'll probably have to go back and get that. Sorry about that. Because what I want to do first is I want to create a box of color behind my writing here. So we're going to go to Elements, and I'm going to pick a box. And I know some of you are really creative and like to do all different shapes, but I'm just going to say this is the best shape because it's going to match kind of the edge of your photograph. And I'm kind of sizing it up to the space between the minion and my head. The minion's a little bit, on a diagonal, so that should be fine. But I don't want you to keep this box the same color that it is. So we're going to go up here. We're going to hit this, and there's this chessboard thing, which is transparency. And we want to change the transparency. Now, I will say I forgot to change the color. So I'm doing this all out of order, but you can still get it. I'm going to pick a color that is within this picture because I don't want the color of the background of this to stand out. I just want the words to stand out. So if I click on this button, first of all, it's going to show you some colors that are already in the picture. And I'm thinking I want to use this background blue for my color. And see, what it does was it takes kind of the background and it makes the background not pop out as much so that when I type my letters over the top of this, I'll be able to see the letters better. Okay. I do like this color. I think I'm going to try it one more time and maybe make it a little bit darker. So I like this blue. It's from my picture. I mean, you can go down and select any color you want, really. Or since I have this blue, I'm going to go over here to add a new color, and it's already the blue that I have, but I want to make it a little bit darker. So I'm going to take it down a little darker. So it's kind of a gray blue. It's still transparent. I can still see through it, and that's going to help a lot for what we're going to do next. Now, this area right here is the area that I'm going to be typing my words. So I'm going to go over here to text. And believe it or not, it's not a heading. You're going to want to probably pick the smallest one where it says add a little bit of body text. And this word, add a little bit of body text, is going to come in. I'm going to leave it highlighted the way it is. And I'm going to go back to my 10 best quotes, which we already. So I can do file copy or edit copy. Or you can do Command C. So here I copied that from this website. Now I'm going back over here and I'm going to paste. Don't go here and delete, 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 delete. Just if it's highlighted, you can just paste it right in. So I can go up here, edit, and I can paste it in, and there it is. Now it's not formatted the way that I like it, and it's not formatted for the assignment yet either, but all the words are in there right now. So now I have my words put in. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make this box the size of this box with a few margins. So in Canva, when you move your mouse over a corner and it turns purple, then you can change it. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to change this one. It turns purple. I want it the width of that. I want to move it up. And I'm going to go ahead and make the box the size of, well, this is all it does in Canva. So at the end, I might have to change my box. We'll play around with it a little. First of all, I'm going to tell you this color scheme does not work well. So I could take a color from the picture, like I could take kind of the pink of my face to write on it, or maybe the yellow. So if I double click on a word, it will collect one word, or if I highlight all the words, that's another way of doing it. Or I like to do Command A, which collects all the words. So I'm going to start by making a main color. So again, I'm going to click on the color. These are the colors that are used in the photo already. So what happens if I use the color from my face? It's not enough. I don't think it's enough. That's my opinion. Okay. Oh, you know what else? I'm sorry. I want to add where that quote came from. So if there's a person, and in this case, it's a movie. So it was, what was it? The Minions, The Rise of Gru. So let me go ahead and put that in there too. Minions, The Rise of Gru. Oh, it made a bullet point. That's funny. I don't want a bullet point there. Yeah. I might end up changing the size of this to make that part smaller. And do you see how I just highlighted the part that I wanted smaller, which is great. Canvas used to not do that. But now I have this space to work with these words. And I'm going to go ahead and change it to yellow. Let's see what happens with the yellow. Probably better because they're opposite on the color wheel. Let's see. I might even make it a brighter yellow. Let's see what happens if I make this a brighter yellow. If you click 3 times, 1, 2, 3, it will select your text, or you can just highlight. So let's go to a brighter yellow. I think that's going to be better. Look, I can see it better. All right, now in Canvas, it will have all these things, but there are certain things that you have to do. You have to create a color box behind your text, which we did. We need to make your color box more see-through, which we did. We need to use the text tool to insert a text quote, which we did. We need to paste our quote, which we did. And then we need to choose a font that is readable, okay? Well, this is a pretty readable font, but it doesn't feel like Minions for me yet, so I'm going to play around with that a little. And it is true that you can center it because it's just one sentence, but it is, I'm going to just tell you, it's much better if you left alignment it or left justify it. It's going to be a lot easier for what we're going to do the next part of this assignment. I'm going to boldface this. So I have this font is a sans serif font without serifs. And well, I think I'll rearrange it after I pick all the words. So now I've picked a font that's good. I will change a few things, but that's the basic font. The next thing says kern at least 2 words. So kerning has to do with the distance between the letters. So eventually Bob's energy and enthusiasm, but mostly lack of other volunteers changed Kevin's mind. This is a period here, and I took this quote from the website, but I don't like that this is capital. So I'm changing that. You don't have to do that. It's just not in sentence case. It really bothers me. Okay, I'm going to leave it just for the lack of time. So kerning, Bob's energy and enthusiasm, but mostly lack of other volunteers. But mostly, let's try it. Mostly, I'm going to go, in Photoshop, you can just do one word. Let's see if we can do it in Canva. Letter spacing. Nope. Letter spacing is going to change all the letter spacing in the words, which makes it a different project, okay? So I'll show you how to do that. So letter spacing, if it's, I have to change the letter spacing or kerning of two words. So the way that I'm going to do that, if mostly is the word that I want, I am going to actually put spaces where the word mostly is. But return mostly. I'm going to put spaces where the word mostly is going to go. And then I'm going to add another text box and put the word mostly in. And then when I have that there, I can actually change the kerning separately. I bold-faced it. I made it the size that I wanted it. And I'm going to kern, letter space, that word mostly. And then I can move it. So I'm going to have to play around a little bit with that and make it look different so that you know that some of it is kerned and some of it is not kerned. So that's going to take a little bit of time going back and forth. I'll stop the video right now and kind of change this up for you, and then you can see what it looks like when I have that changed. I love you. I miss you already. Go out and change your world for the better.